I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I would like to welcome Thistle Katt to the show. Hi.
Hello, hello. Good to be here.
I'm glad you are here. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, wow, it's been a while since I've introduced myself to anybody, considering I haven't streamed in a while. But Thistle Katt, the cat overlord, and I am the cat overlord of the entire universe. I'm here to take over the world with all cats. Actually, I'm just here to build a nice, comfy little den for everybody. So, hi.
Yeah. I have 9 cats, so you can imagine how far I trust that.
You have 9 cats. My family has about 40 odd.
40. Well, you got me beat. I don't. We can barely.
Personally, I technically have 1 cat, but it's currently living with my parents due to real life shenanigans, unfortunately. But family house definitely has more than 40 cats.
Wow.
I've lost count.
Wow. Well, when it gets,
imagine losing count of how many cats you've got.
Yes. Well, I mean, at least if it's a little chilly, you'll have a couple of bodies to keep you warm. For the most part.
If it ever gets chilly out here, but if it does, it's the apocalypse.
That's true.
Wrong part of the world to get cold.
No, we'll just have all the cold for you over here. not a big problem. So how long have you been VTubing?
How long have I been VTubing? I think I started in about 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Started dabbling in it, if my memory serves correctly. And I've never managed to be a serious full-time VTuber kind of thing. Like, I've never managed to do consistent streaming. I have tried my absolute hardest, and my entire community can tell you cat streams are random, always. You'll find out 5 minutes before I go live. Literally, I tried the whole, let's make a fancy schedule and plan ahead. But no, I have ADHD, so that don't work.
Yeah.
I'll plan ahead. Like, last night I tried. I was like, okay, I think I might do a cat stream. I announced it to my community. I was like, I might actually plan a cat stream. You know what I did? I went to bed.
You are queen of the cats.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's very cat-like maneuver there. Absolutely.
Yes, I will be there. But I'm a burrito. Goodbye. You never know where I am. I'm surprised I met up with this commitment, dude.
Well, I'm glad you did.
You're lucky to have me here.
I'm glad you did. I appreciate it very much. So what got you interested in doing it in the first place?
I met people, really.
Yeah.
Because originally I was just dabbling in digital art online. I was an artist before I was a VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
So still am an artist. It's part of my income, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
But I met people, and through that I discovered, oh heck, you can connect with the outside world online, but using a virtual avatar, and you can not be seen but still be perceived. And I went, I kind of like that. And hey, I'm an artist. I can make my own avatar. Although, for the record, Thistle Katt existed way before VTubing was a thing for me. It has always been my persona.
Yeah.
Has evolved over time, but came out with the name Thistle Katt at least when I was in my teens, I think.
So you kept that one for a while.
It used to be, actually, and this is a little bit of lore nobody knows about yet, because I actually forgot about this bit of lore until I found a random mug in my cupboard back in my parents' place. And it had Thistle on the handle, but it wasn't just Thistle. The full original name for Thistle Katt was Thistleburst Cat.
Thistleburst?
And I was like, oh shit, it was Thistleburst? God damn, I forgot about that.
Thistleburst? Holy cat.
Thistleburst. And I was like, wait, oh yeah, that was a thing. I forgot about that.
So
it's like, it's lore. It's legit lore, even to me. I was like, damn.
Lost
so now
lore.
There's secrets out there. Not really a secret. I just forgot.
That's cool. You had lost lore you didn't even remember.
I know, right? That's insane. I might be a cat, but I've got the memory of a goldfish.
And you're right, one of those yellow and orange cats. We've got
Actually, I've had quite a fair number of people say that I should be an orange cat. I have orange cat energy, like the one brain cell that gets shared between all the millions of orange cats in the world, and I'm
oh
like, valid.
yeah, yeah, we've got a orange and white boy cat, and he is very strong, very loving, very stupid, and runs into things head first, and doesn't know his own strength.
Ah, yeah, we got a fair number of orange cats as well, and they also have a tendency to be kind of nippy.
Mm.
Does yours do that?
Oh yeah, yeah. He especially if I'm
They
not
get
paying
really
attention.
excited with the affection and the play, then they'll bite,
Yep.
and they bite hard,
All four
all of them.
claws too. They just if I'm on the computer and I accidentally lay my hand somewhere he can get to it. Um,
Chomp.
yeah, chomp and rip and
I mean, shock horror, I bite too. Ha!
well, I mean, if you're a cat, it's
Chomp.
it's it's you have to be able to do something like that. How else are you going to defend
Oh
yourself?
heck yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
so tell me about the artwork. Have you always wanted to do art?
Yes, yes. I even did art as a proper course in school,
Hmm.
even in high school. So always been an artist, and then discovered the world of digital art, and I was like, oh wait, I
Hmm.
don't have to use paints, and it's portable. Oh, more expensive though, but it's a one-off payment usually. So it's
Yeah,
unlike paint, which is to keep
yeah,
buying more and it's expensive.
yeah.
Um, I still do traditional art once in a while, but digital art is you can do anything.
You can erase it too, unlike paint.
Yes.
My wife.
My mother, she wants to convince me that what I do isn't real art because she's like, if you make a mistake, you can undo it. That's not fair. And I was like, I still need to know how to use colors and how to draw a circle and how to use the different textures I have on hand and how to layer it and how to use the software. And I still
Yeah,
need the artistic brain and I'm still drawing it by hand. So
yeah.
sorry, it gives me a perk of Command Z.
Oh, my wife tried to do. She's a very good artist, and she's got all of the artistic ability that I don't, which is a lot. Um, and she was doing a certain painting for her mother, and she got it right on the fifth try.
Ah,
There's just oh,
well, yeah.
she looked at me and says, "This isn't right, is it?" I go, "It looks fine, honey." Then she'd throw it away. Go to the next one.
That's a dangerous question, actually,
Yes,
to come from your wife. Is it okay? And you'll be like, do I be honest or
yeah.
do I do the wife language?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know the difference. I'm like, it looks good to me. Yeah, but artists are perfectionists. Are you a
Oh,
perfectionist?
yes, we are.
Yeah.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
a perfectionist with anything that isn't about, I don't know, my apartment.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
it comes to work, when it comes to doing art and things like that, I am perfectionist to the last dot. And then, but when it comes to folding laundry, nah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
toss it.
Yeah. And there were some times in my past, in my bachelor past, that I had to shovel my way through the living room. I'll admit that.
I mean, I still do.
I mean, you discover things when you do that. I just think of it as
I
a
have a corner on my bed dedicated to laundry. Like,
yes.
but the thing is, though, the thing is, I have to fight with my brain anyway because if I have to sit down and deal with the pile, it will take me the whole weekend, and there are other things I want to do.
Yes, yes. But
Not
little,
because the pile is big, it's because I have to fight with it. Like
yes,
I folding laundry is difficult for me in ways that most people don't seem to understand. Same thing goes for dishes.
yep.
I hate washing dishes. I don't know why. It's not a texture thing. It's nothing.
No,
It takes me 5 minutes to do it, but I just hate doing it.
yes. Can I use that as an excuse too?
I don't know. Will your wife take it?
No, she wouldn't take any excuses.
That's the thing. I live alone, so I can.
Well, I was an illegal dishwasher when I was younger, which is a weird thing to say, but here in the U.S., in the state I'm in, you could not operate the big dishwashing machines before you're 18 years old. And
What? Really?
yeah, I mean these are the
Never
big.
heard of a rule like that.
Well, these are big
I mean, I
old.
don't have dishwashers. The dishwasher is me,
Yeah,
but
this is
I've
a
never
big
heard
old
of that.
machine. I mean, it's a big old machine. And
Mm.
me, 16-year-old me, and the other 16-year-old guy would spend most of our nights jamming broomsticks into it because it always got stuck.
would it get what?
It would get stuck. You had a conveyor belt that brought the dishes in to clean, and for some reason one of them would get sideways and stick up the machine, and then we'd have to go in there and
Oh,
unjam it.
without breaking the dishes?
It was not a lot of fun, and and for very little pay. But it was a job, and we
You
did it.
gotta do what you gotta do, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I got free pop all night, so there you go.
You
But
get high on sugar.
oh, you bet. And at the free stuff, I was all over that. That's how I got through
Oh yeah,
radio
free
too.
food.
Yes.
I mean, as long as it's edible, I'll take any free food.
Yeah.
On like some people think that I don't have standards, and I'm like, no, I do. I do have standards, but it's free.
Yes, exactly. You just fit in right in with the radio crowd over
Like
here.
this tastes like it's shitty, but it's not gonna kill me, and it's free.
Absolutely. I actually lived an entire week off of free peanuts.
I don't know whether that's enough nutrition though.
It's enough protein. I was young and stupid, and I didn't have any money, so I was fine.
Fair enough. Were they salted at least?
Yes, very. Yes. I'm
At
all
least
for
there's
the salt.
flavor there, because unsalted peanuts are taste like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what they have over here? They have they have boiled peanuts.
Oiled peanuts.
Boiled, and they're like
But it,
soft. Like, oh, that's wrong.
mm,
It's just
I
roast.
don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. I know.
Peanuts should be crunchy.
I tried it once, and it was really weird. I
I
mean,
imagine that's gonna be like, I don't know. Because I'm imagining like those like boiled lentils kind of things.
well, I mean, they're same species, kind of, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. It just the texture
No, that
wasn't
sounds
right.
wrong. Boiled peanuts sounds wrong. I didn't
No.
know you could boil
Yeah. Well,
them.
if you go down through the southern part of the U.S., through a couple of the states, like every block, they're selling them.
Oh,
But it's like,
well, that's something new I learned.
yeah, just give me the regular salted ones. I'm fine with that. If you're gonna smash up peanuts, make peanut butter. I'll deal with that.
Oh
But
yeah, peanut butter, yes.
yes, but uh, where were we? Oh, back to VTubing. Uh,
I'm good at distracting people. Not intentionally, I promise you.
no, that's
I'm a
fine.
menace at work at that.
That's fine. My train track only has one rail, so I'm good. Um, the allure of it, of going on and having an audience. Were you always somebody that wanted to get out and grab the microphone and be in front of a bunch of people?
Oh hell no. Absolutely not. I'm an introvert. I'm like, do not perceive me. But I'm an introvert with the irony of I want to connect with people anyway, but in my control.
Well,
Like
yeah, yeah. I mean,
where because like with VTubing kind of thing, you're not face to face with people. It's a chat box.
mm,
And the people who are there don't have to be there. You're
mhm,
not forcing them to be there. So it's kind of like you're within your own control putting yourself out there, but you still got the avatar going. You've got it all customized for yourself. You can be yourself or be a version of yourself or whatever. It's acting if you want it to be.
mhm.
And in a way it's like a safe it feels safe or safer than say going into a bar and standing up at the mic.
Yeah.
It
For one
it
thing, they can
it
throw
feels
less things at
safer
you.
than like performing in a way because
Yeah.
like you're the director, you're in control. You can turn off the stream anytime. You can boot people out.
Hmm. Yeah. You're meeting people
I don't know. In,
basically.
in my opinion,
It feels.
it fulfills like my need for like socializing, but
Mhm.
without needing to actually deal with people.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand it. You kind of control your world, is what you're doing. It's your ballpark. It's your
Yeah, yeah,
it's your chessboard. I mean, you're the one controlling the pieces.
yeah.
Wow.
Because I was once a teacher,
Mm,
and in the secondary school, teaching secondary school kids,
boy.
and That's also in a way standing up in front of people and performing, right? But oh my God, I hated it. It was awful. How I ended there was COVID. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say. COVID derailed everything, and I ended up being a teacher. We,
Oh,
um, like so, like that's where I go. Yeah, I don't
yeah. I think.
performing in front of a classroom of kids and controlling them, and things are not actually in your control.
Yeah.
That's the contrast that I have to compare against, say, VTubing, where
Oof. I mean, if
the
you.
the most control that you're gonna have to worry about with your audience is, hey, you're being mean, goodbye.
Yes, exactly.
You can't kick kids
E-
out of
e-
the classroom.
Exactly. Well, you can. I mean, not these days. You
I mean,
can't.
technically, yes, you can, but
If you try it these days, the parents will come after you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What are you doing to my kid? Well,
We want you to discipline our kid, but you can't discipline our kid either.
he threw a javelin at me in the middle of class. Well, that's his right. I gave him that javelin. um,
How did a kid bring a freaking Nintendo Switch to my class? My God.
that's when you
And I was cheeky about it too because I knew like okay they're very entitled whatever and they're rich kids these guys
mhm,
and okay sure I told him off I made him put it where everybody could see it
mhm.
so I knew he wasn't playing on it
Yeah.
and then dumb rich kid well not dumb but like rich kid vibes he forgot it when he left the classroom so me I was going, okay, I'm going to go into Menace arc and probably do something that's slightly unethical,
Mm,
but
yeah.
might teach him a lesson. So I yoinked it off the desk and hid it because I knew
Ooh.
he would remember it at some point, and he eventually did. About 10 minutes later, come running back, and he was like, Where's my Switch?" And I was like, "What Switch?" He's like, "It was here." I didn't see any Switch. He was gone.
Yeah.
So the panic on his face was quite cathartic. I was like, yeah.
That's well
And then
worth it.
after that, I marched straight over because there's a boarding school as well. So I marched straight over to his boarding house and handed it over to his headmaster. It's like, hey, this was in my classroom. It was this kid.
Yep.
And by the way, he doesn't know I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. The look on his face must have been priceless. I mean, that would have been.
Oh, it was amazing. He
eh,
was panicking and like if he could punch me, I think he would have,
oh,
but
oh, I
thankfully no.
yeah. Don't
Um
I'm just don't put it past anybody these days because they just might.
yeah, but
Unfortunately.
I think it's also just part of the culture here
Mm.
where as much as you might hate the authoritative figure in the room, you still won't raise from physical abuse against them.
Well,
So
that's better
I knew I
than
was
we got here.
relatively safe there, and also he was half my height, so I was like, yeah, actually, even if I took a punch from him, it wouldn't be too bad
Well, I
because
mean,
I'll report it anyway. So
well, if he did, then you just keep the switch.
I
But
mean, I eventually I did quit the entire thing because I got yelled at by a parent who was really entitled, and I was like, nah, I'm out.
yeah, yeah, that. I mean, that would do it for me. I don't know how anybody could stand doing that for any period of time. I think as I've gotten older, my tolerance for kids has gotten less. By kids, I mean everybody under the age of 45.
I'm a kid then, eh?
Yes, kid. So you better watch it. I've got somebody at work. She gets mad when I call her kid. She's half my age.
Okay, I mean, it is valid, I guess, to
Yeah,
call her kid, but then for her, it feels like
yeah,
she's being belittled, maybe.
yeah. Well, I'm not belittling her. It's just I like her, so yeah, I call her kid. She said, "Stop calling me kid."
Ah,
I said, "Well, when you get old, I won't call you kid anymore."
but the age gap is still going to be there, so you're still going to be calling her kid.
Well, when she gets to my age, I ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna be retired at least by then. The only thing I'm gonna be doing is these interviews. That's what I'm gonna be doing at that point.
So you have plans to do these interviews for the long run.
Oh, as long as I can. It's too much fun. It's too much fun.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, getting a chance to talk. I mean, you get this now when you go online. You get to talk with people all over the world just by sitting at home.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I was a kid of the
I
'80s.
mean, it's how I met my fiance. My God,
Ooh,
VTubing.
there you go. There you go. I'm a kid of the 1980s, and to me, this is pie in the sky. I mean, we would never have been able to do this back then. It would have cost $1 billion in
Mm.
just long distance call money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my parents were of that era. Yeah,
Ooh, yes, yes. They would have. My
you
radio
spend your whole
station.
paycheck on a long distance call.
Oh, absolutely. I paid less for a computer than I would have paid for that back then. Um,
Mm.
one of my first paychecks went to a computer,
Oh,
and
those chunky ones.
yeah, well, the Commodore 64, which was pretty good for its time. Um,
Huh.
yeah, and I wish I still had it because, gosh, it was fun. But I wouldn't have any place to play
I
it.
mean, if you still had it, it'll eventually cost a fortune.
Oh yeah, yeah. It would cost a fortune just to find
Not because it works.
to find a TV screen that'll play it because it only plays in those old tube sets.
Oh, it's the tubes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'd really have to find some place that would hook up to it and still work. Um, and
That is true.
yeah. So were you able to get the equipment for streaming pretty quickly?
Um, to start with, I was streaming straight off my iPad.
Mm,
So that was before I was an actual VTuber. I was just playing around with Twitch
well.
and streaming software. And I didn't have an avatar or nothing. I just played Genshin Impact and streamed my screen on my iPad, no computer involved. Like,
Wow.
because my laptop could not cope with it, the laptop that I had at the time.
Yeah.
But then when I figured out that, hey, I actually kind of enjoy this, I saved up a bit and upgraded to a gaming laptop, still
Mm,
laptop, because I didn't have a permanent place to stay. I was basically renting out, and I went, I don't know when I'm gonna move, and if I have a full-on bulky PC, it's not gonna be easy to move.
yeah.
And then, because I keep moving between, well, not really moving, but I visit my parents regularly and stuff, but I
Right.
want to be able to bring my entire setup with me, and a PC ain't gonna do that either.
No,
So
not easily.
I went
No.
for a laptop,
Yeah.
the laptop I'm using right now, and slowly over time also managed to save up for like a better microphone,
Mm,
and then that was it, really. I work off of a laptop, a second monitor, and microphone. And then I was looking at my iPad and going, it's a freaking Apple product. And everybody's going on and on and on about, oh, we use an iPhone to stream because it captures it, like, because of what's it? AR kit tracking and all of this stuff. And I'm
right.
like, I really want that, but iPhones are stupid for their price.
Mm.
Like, I already have an iPad. How do I make this thing even more worth its money? Because I got the iPad for the art.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted to be able to draw.
Yeah.
Because before this, I was using a non-display graphics tablet plugged into my computer, which was
Oh.
fine. It worked well, but I wanted a more portable thing that I could have like in the car or something and draw on a screen. And
Yeah.
eventually, after I finished university, my dad treated me to an iPad. So,
Oh.
EP, that's the iPad I have now.
Yay.
And I was like, it's an Apple product. And I did some research and it was compatible with ARKit. And I was like, but then how do I make it work? How do I get it to talk to VTube Studio? Like, how do I make it work? Eventually, I found a few apps that I did have to invest in, but one-off payments and not extortionate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got it to talk, and that means I've upgraded my webcam as well for VTubing at least. So I can use ARKit tracking now, and I was thrilled that my iPad could do that. I was like, yes,
Yes.
it's worth its money. It saved me 5,000
Yes.
in my currency.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
But
Well,
I'm not paying several thousand. Like I could buy two laptops for the price of one iPhone, please.
yeah. For that much money, I'd buy 8 cars because I like junk cars. Drive around.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
does it go from here to there? Yes. Do I care it has rust on it? No. Now my wife cares.
I'm like, and I don't even want an iPhone anyway. I prefer, like, in terms of smartphones, I prefer my Samsung
Mm.
because, I mean, one thing, the camera quality to me is better anyways. I was like, why do I want to have things stuck behind an Apple paywall? Nah.
Yeah, that's when you got the that paywall up. It tends to the sheen comes off of it really quick. There's not as much shine on it, the
Yeah.
product anymore. You can only
I,
buy
that was just,
you can only use the very basics on this $7 million phone you have.
mm, no, I was just like, I'm not gonna use an iPhone to its full extent. I'm very happy with my Samsung, and so therefore, if I can avoid it, I was looking into secondhand iPhones as well, and even those cost more than my brand new Samsung phone. And I was like, nah, not worth it. I don't earn enough money for any of this bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
How do I use what I already have?
yeah, and you were able to find it pretty quickly. I mean, you might have had to download a few things and use a little, Scotch tape and.
I mean, instead of buying a secondhand phone for like 2000 something my currency,
Mhm.
I paid 120 for two apps to talk to each other for my iPad to work. A huge save. There we go.
Absolutely, absolutely. You should get like way off your
And
taxes
then
for
I
that.
find out that my model for my current model, I thought it was a kind of basic model because I didn't pay that much for it.
Hmm.
Which is why I ended up getting it, and it was from a good friend as well.
Hmm.
What I didn't realize was that I mean, they did both the art and the rigging. I didn't know that they put ARKit tracking on it. I did
Ah,
not know I could puff my cheeks and stick out my tongue with it
ah.
until I did all of that. And then I found out, and I was like, what the fuck? I did not know this was part of the package, dude.
So, so you were like falling into it by that time. What else?
Gosh, because I used it for a while with just my laptop webcam and like really puppeting because I wanted it to be as expressive as possible. But
Right.
obviously, laptop webcams don't do much in terms of like tongue and whatever. So,
Yeah.
and that never mattered to me either. It wasn't a big deal. I
Yeah.
just wanted ARKit tracking mostly so that I could not use my face muscles as much and kind of die after streaming.
That's
And
that's.
then I accidentally discovered I have a tongue, and I was like, oh, I
Oh.
can blend people now. Gosh, I did not know this.
Do the
Can you
rest of
imagine finding that out about a model that you bought a year ago?
do the rest of the stream with your tongue hanging out. Oh, this is good. I didn't know I had this. But
Oh my gosh,
well,
I went, damn,
well,
my
well,
model mama is amazing. I did not know this.
this gets better
But
all the
now my next
time.
challenge is to create my own model
Well,
from scratch myself.
so have you got some ideas?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be using my design. I've started started sketching the full body and stuff like that. It's more figuring out how the fuck do I do the layers
Mm. Yeah, that.
so that
that
when you put it together later, it will move smoothly. Like there's a lot of brain puzzles going into it, and because like my dream is to have a model that is my art. Even if I'm not the one who rigs it in the end,
Right.
I kind of want to because I want to learn how to rig and figure out just why these things are very expensive. I've already got a good idea why these things are very expensive. Um, but I want something with my own art because I really like my art.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, and it adds to that world building that you're doing. But I mean, this is your place. This is what you've created. This is what you
Yeah.
want to look like, and you create the whole
And it's
thing.
also like it's just the pride of going, I made all of this myself. My art, my rigging, like my overlays and everything is mine. The only thing that isn't mine is the stinger. But one day I'll figure out how to make a stinger and make it my own. Uh,
Well,
it's just that animation's a pain in the butt, but
yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Well, once you do this, and it will happen, you'll do it. What happens?
Eventually, once I
What what
find
ha
the energy to do it.
what happens when somebody else says, "I want you to do mine"?
Oh, I mean, I do
Yeah.
because I already sell art.
Oh,
I people
yeah.
do commission me and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely, but I mean that doing a VTuber model is if it's for you taking that much time and you know what you want. um,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But I would not. Well, nobody's approached me for VTuber model art yet anyway, and I would not advertise it until I'm confident that I can do it.
mm,
So I wouldn't be selling VTuber model art until I get mine done,
mm.
for sure. I don't scam people, my God. I try not to anyway.
Oh no, don't even pretend to go down that road with
No, no, no. I
everybody.
mean, like, my only concern sometimes is that one, due to like things happening in real life, and also me and my limited energy, because that's the other thing I have to battle with every day. I'm like, I have very, very few spoons to work with every day.
Yeah.
Um, like once in a while I do have to like delay commissions and stuff like that because I'm like, I am way too tired to do this. I'm so sorry. And I'm sometimes scared that my clients are like, oh, you're taking too long. Oh,
Uh,
why did you take on commissions if you don't think you can finish it? And I'm like, I can.
I can't just hang on with me a little bit. It'll be perfectly fine. But then
Like, and
again,
nobody's approached me that with that ever.
yeah. But
Thankfully, like nobody's raised that as a complaint. Nobody's said anything. Everybody says it's okay, but my anxious thoughts are always there. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I want to be like the good artist, not one of those that get written in a Google Doc somewhere on Twitter.
Oh God, no, 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 none of that
Ugh.
stuff. But here it is. You just want to do it right. I mean, you want to
Yeah,
put,
I do.
you want to be at
I want
full,
to do it right, and I want to give it the best quality I can.
yeah, you want to be full faculties when you're doing this stuff, and you don't want to, and I would think that any customer worth their salt would appreciate that.
Hmm.
And yeah, you don't want somebody who is half asleep and only got three fingers working be able to want to do this. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I want somebody with both eyes and ready to go, or whatever the maximum is to
Yeah,
work on this sort of
exactly.
thing. Does it get to you sometimes when the customer or the person wanting the art, um, have you had a situation where they've wanted more than you put out, and you have to go back and start over again?
Not yet.
Mm,
Thankfully, not yet.
mm.
So far my experience is, oh my God, you got more than what I thought. And then I'm like,
And so,
yippee, because yes, I do pay attention to detail.
yes, you haven't had the
Because
problem customer
perfectionism.
yet, huh?
I haven't had a problem customer. I hope I never get a problem customer because that will botch my confidence a lot.
We're
But
good. By the way, we're going to have the links for Cat up on the thing. But if you're a problem customer, don't bother them. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
So
If
what are
you're
you?
gonna be annoying, don't go find someone
That's
else. I don't
right.
want to deal with bullshit. I
That's
am
right.
underpaid for this bullshit because like that's the other thing, like I'm getting quite well known as a person who offers my art for really affordable prices. I underprice. I
Mm,
do admit that I do underprice some of my shit.
yeah.
But it's also because I believe that I want art to be more like good quality art to be more accessible.
Mm,
And of course, try to find the balance between quality and the price.
right.
So, say if it's something that's £5, because I charge in British pounds,
Hmm.
if and most of my bestsellers are £5 YCHs, your character here's.
Right.
So I try to make it so that it's really simple. I don't go OTT, like I don't go over the top and stuff,
Hmm.
but there's still enough detail in there that make people go, "Oh my God, I didn't expect you would include that." And it
Yeah.
feels so good.
Yeah. That's got to feel good. I mean, to have that kind of response right away from something, you've given them more than they expected and made it even more of a value for them.
Hmm. They also gives them very little room to complain because I'm like, but it's £5. What do you want?
Well, I wanted it to sing.
Like, I mean, I agree with some of my community. I should be selling these £5 things for at least like 15 or 20. They
Mm,
can go for that price, but I'm like, but I want these things to be accessible to people.
yeah.
But of course, I do put very strict terms of use on them. So if you're paying £5, for example, yeah, you can use it on socials and shit, but you can't sell it. So
Yeah.
you can't turn it into merch and sell it. You can turn it into merch and give it away for free.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't track that, but like I've got enough tick boxes to be able to, if they have a conscience, then they'll think twice about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But
There's so many people out
well,
there
I
who just
don't
want to steal
publicly
stuff.
advertise though about these cheap YCHs. I don't publicly advertise it,
Yeah.
but it is becoming an unspoken thing where whoever who wants to commercialize these YCHs, they can. They just have to reach out to me in DMs and agree on a price.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to have your art out there, your product out there for somebody to enjoy and use, and it's another thing to I kind of compare it to somebody going up to a star and getting an autograph, and instead of keeping it, they sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no appreciation there other than they're making money off of it. And if you wanted to,
Mm.
if you wanted
There's
to,
like a huge debate though in
yeah,
the artist community about, oh, but what is commercial rights anyway? What is commercial fees? Because like for some artists, personal use means you can't even post it on social media, or you
mm,
can't use it as a PNG tuber model, or you can't have it on, say, the background of a monetized YouTube video.
mm.
And I'm like, yeah, I understand that there are people with extremes out there. So I try to find like a clear middle ground. Personal use is like you're not making active profit off of it.
You can't even look at it. You can't even open the file. It has to stay on the computer.
What's the point of getting art if you can't share it with people? Like, my dude.
you, you have to keep it in a folder and then lose the folder. and if
Yeah, so
and if you ever think about it again, you have to pay me more money.
if you want to show your friends this art that you got hit from me for cheap, you gotta pay extra just for the privilege. Yeah, nah. So
oh,
petty.
oh man, that would take a lot of time too. Wait a minute. Did was a corner of that art piece in that video? That'll cost you.
How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not an artist, so I don't know how that goes, but I imagine everybody has their own standard with it. Um,
Yeah, I do imagine so, yeah. It's just
yeah.
that I do have to worry a little bit about how people perceive me or how people think of me, especially as an artist,
Mm,
because like commissions do help me out with with like my bills and stuff.
yeah.
Um, so like I want to make sure my reputation is still a positive one.
Yes. Yes. As a matter of fact, I saw that some of your art cured an entire hospital full of children.
Eh?
I'm trying to help you out here.
I was like, wait,
I'm I'm
what?
I'm advertising for you here.
I wish. Oh my goodness, it would be very, very cool if that could happen.
Their heart has healing qualities.
Oh,
Here's the thing. It's I'm glad that folks are still enjoying people art made by people,
yes.
and because the alternative is so bland and horrible. Um,
Yes.
it's happened to announcers too. When you hear a commercial on YouTube done by an AI person, AI thing,
Yes.
and it's just so terrible.
It's so bullshit.
And the product is garbage because I mean announcers, we work for cheese sandwiches. We're really easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll take
You
anything.
deserve more though.
Well, maybe, but we'll take as I said, I lived on peanuts. Give me some peanuts, I'll work. Uh,
No.
it's pretty easy. But if you hear something like that, the product is really garbage at that point. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
so
mean, it's like they can't be bothered to put effort into actually marketing the thing, then why bother getting their product?
absolutely. Now, with your art commissions, are you still taking commissions right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if I were to commission you, or someone was to commission you, what type of art is available for commission?
Um, any,
Mm,
really. I mean, the standard services that I offer you'll be able to see on my VGen,
mm-hmm,
because that's where I'm most active. But people are also very welcome to just approach me directly for custom things. It's
mm-hmm,
just that if you have like a custom order that I don't already offer, then you have to expect that it's probably my first time doing it,
mm.
and you'll put a lot of trust in me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Everybody's got their own style, hopefully. If everybody didn't have their own style, we might as well have computers doing it.
Hmm.
It's everybody putting their own little flair on something, and that's why one of the things I envy about you artist types is that you're able to express yourselves in so many different ways, and do that for other people to enjoy. That's a superpower as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, what I do enjoy doing is out of art in particular is that when someone has an idea, it's only like a vague fuzz in their head, but they have an idea. They kind of try to put words to it, and most of the time I'm able to take that fuzz of an idea and whatever random words or whatever random Pinterest pictures they're able to find or whatever, they'll toss it at me, and then I'm able to put it together
Mm.
and make their fuzzy vision into reality, and that's very satisfying.
Oh, that's great. That's great stuff. You know, um, I wouldn't put anything past you as far as that goes. I just think that just hearing you talk about it and the passion that you have for it really comes through, especially with the artwork.
I'm glad.
Yeah, and Ben, people, check out what Kat's got going on. We're gonna have all the links in the description for this interview, and
Evie, check it out.
I am so glad that you came on with me, and I'm so glad you remembered.
I mean, it's not that I didn't remember or anything like that. I was just going, please let me have energy to do this.
Well, I'm a pretty low energy guy
Like,
myself, so I'll just what happens?
no, this has been very, very casual and very enjoyable. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm, like I said, I've got limited number of spoons of energy to go by every day, and
yeah.
I kept a few aside specifically for this interview because I've never been approached in this way before, where you reach out and go, "Hey, I just saw your socials. I think I want to interview you. I thought you were a bot."
Well,
Genuinely.
my wife wishes I was sometimes. It would be a little bit more effective.
No. My entire Twitter DM requests is filled with porn bots or scam bots or finance bots or whatever bullshit that
Oh yeah.
exists in DMs on Twitter nowadays. So
Oh.
like to have somebody pop up that sounded human, I was like, okay, I'll give you a chance.
Well, I
Prove
appreciate
that
that.
you're real.
I appreciate that, and it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you and talking with you. When
And it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you too. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.